After the divorce, I slept a delicate young lord. After we were done, he cried louder than I did. I had no choice but to get dressed and coax the young lord. He lay naked, shyly whispering for me to take responsibility. I promised to marry him with my mouth, but in my heart I was plotting how to run away. It wasn't until the imperial marriage decree arrived at the general's mansion that I realized the truth. Son of a bitch, I'd been set up. 1. I, Wu Suowei, sleep with men, fine. But I also have to coax the man I sleep with. My head hurt. I got dressed and tried to calm him down. The young lord was sobbing uncontrollably. I'm no longer clean. I hurried to soothe him. You're clean. We're both clean. He kept crying. My parents already think I can't find a wife. Now they'll say it even more. Funny enough, I couldn't find a husband either. I rolled my eyes and kept coaxing. No problem, I'll marry you. I was only saying it to shut him up, anyway, he whimpered. Really, me, truer than gold, I swear it. As soon as the words left my mouth, the door was kicked open. The young lord reacted instantly. Whoosh and dove under the covers. I teased him by tugging the long hair sticking out. He reached out with those pale, slender hands and tucked every strand back under the quilt. Such a shy little lord. I looked at the two women with married lady hairstyles bursting in and frowned. Didn't his servant say he wasn't married? The tall woman grinned and raised an eyebrow at the one in palace robes. Perfect timing. The palace-robed woman nodded slightly. The tall one stepped forward and grabbed my hands. Sister-in-law, you're our real sister-in-law. Thank you for saving our older brother. She talked so fast I couldn't get a word in. Don't worry. I'll come to your mansion tomorrow to propose. You can trust us. My brother is completely willing. Aji, right? Yes. Big brother must adore sister-in-law. And if he doesn't, we'll still make you two marry. Worst case, I'll have our sixth brother ask the emperor for a decree. The tall woman smiled sweetly. Exactly. If the emperor won't decree it, I'll go to the palace and ask the empress. One way or another, this marriage is happening. My face went from red to white. What were they talking about? Emperor, empress. I didn't understand a word. Everything they said was the complete opposite of what young Master Lin's servant, Mo Shu, had told me. Yesterday, Mo Shu took my 100 taels of silver and swore on his life he wasn't lying. He said his master was a scholar official, holding a idle 4th-rank post. Both young ladies married Taoist priests. The young master was a bookish fool who only read. I asked how the young master was treated at home. Mo Shu sighed sadly. First young lady is domineering. Second young lady bullies others. Master and madam favor daughters over son. Young master lives miserably. I sighed along and asked if he was betrothed. Mo Shu wiped his eyes. Master and madam don't care about him. No one's arranged his marriage. He's completely pure, not even a serving girl in his chambers. So pure, could he be into men? Mo Shu shrieked in terror. My young master has no such tendencies. I'm already married, General. Stop looking at me like that. When he finished, my heart ached for him. I almost wanted to marry him right away, compared to young Master Lin. My family was far better off, a long-established minor clan in the capital. Father, 3rd-rank general, 1st brother, 4th-rank official, 2nd brother, 5th-rank official, 1st sister-in-law, only daughter of a great general, 2nd sister-in-law, 2nd legitimate daughter of a marquis manor. I was the only daughter. Parents and brothers doted on me completely. And me, I fought bravely against enemies, and the emperor personally named me a 5th-rank female general. The first woman in this dynasty to hold such a title. Young Master Lin was soft, I was tough. We were perfect for each other. Honestly, I'd already planned everything, how to keep him from straying, how to win him favor in his family, how to deal with those evil younger sisters. But I never expected. Damn, Mo Shu lied through his teeth. Someone tell me, what in the world did I just sleep with? It was all Chen Shijie's fault. If he hadn't disgusted me with concubines, I wouldn't have divorced. If I hadn't divorced, Mother wouldn't have pressured me to remarry. If she hadn't pressured me, I wouldn't have messed with some random young lord. After fleeing the house in a panic, I climbed over the Chen family wall, put a sack over Chen Shijie's head, and beat him senseless. 2. Chen Shijie was my ex-husband. We were betrothed before birth. When I came of age, Mother told me to return to the capital to marry. I came back, but to cancel the wedding, unfortunately. The Chen family was in decline and refused, and Chen Shijie was gentle-looking, exactly my type. As a face lover, I agreed to the marriage, but right as we were about to consummate the wedding, urgent military news arrived. Chen Shijie helped me dress gently and said he'd wait for me. I told him to stay clean. Women at the border always said, "A dirty man is filthier than a stinky ditch." I didn't want to sleep with a dirty man. Chen Shijie fell silent. I took it as a yes, put on my armor, and left with the army. 3 years passed. When I returned victorious, Chen Shijie was holding an infant, with several concubines behind him, waiting at the door. I saw red, several green hats were circling over my head. I hadn't even gotten to enjoy him yet, and he'd already turned into a stinky ditch. I jumped off my horse, snatched the baby from him, handed it to my lieutenant, drew my whip, and lashed him. The concubines backed away quietly. Chen Shijie screamed and cried under my blows. His clothes were nearly torn to rags before the Chen family servants stopped me. Chen Shijie's father pointed at me and shouted, "Poisonous woman, the Chen family cannot have you." Chen Shijie, still conscious, echoed, "Yes, report her to the officials, arrest her." They reported her. I wasn't arrested. I was a female general personally honored by the emperor, fresh off a victory. The magistrate hedged and offended no one. In the end, we were granted a divorce. The Chen family refused. They wanted my title and wealth. I whipped Chen Shijie a few more times. He was beaten into submission, secretly wrote the divorce papers, and gave them to me. I took the papers, gathered my dowry, and stormed home. My father, who'd returned with me, flew into a rage upon hearing and went to beat Chen Shijie half to death. Since then, the Chen and Wu families were mortal enemies. Half a month later, Chen Shijie remarried to his cousin. His family gossiped behind my back, calling me a shrew no one would marry. Mother was so angry she kicked me out. "Bring me a son-in-law. If you really can't, at least bring back a child." Find. Where was I supposed to find one? I'd lived in the capital less than 3 months. Who did I even know? Helpless. I spent every day by the tea-house window, hunting for a husband, and I found one. That young lord had red lips and white teeth, looked blank and cute, and walked down the street every day. On the 3rd day, I followed him and watched him and his servant enter a bookstore. A scholar. My family was military. I was tired of rough men. I loved delicate scholars. I acted at once. I knocked out his servant and interrogated him. The servant's eyes lit up at the silver notes I waved, with my encouragement. He tricked his young master into meeting me. I dressed as a man, lured him with a rare book, 1 cup of wine, and "I'll give you the book." The young lord's eyes lit up. He drank it gladly. 1 cup, and he was drunk. The servant slipped out the door, leaving his young master to me. Liquid courage. I slept with him. And now I'd slept my way into a huge mess. 3. Early the next morning, I was woken by mother's personal maid. Nanny Wu whispered in my ear, "Eldest miss, you've caused a disaster." I jolted awake. What disaster? The Lin family sent people to propose. Lin family. They actually came. I glanced out the window. It was barely dawn. Who proposes this early? Nanny Wu sighed. The Lin family. I yawned. Why are they in such a rush? Nanny Wu waved a hand. Who knows? On purpose, obviously. They arrived at the hour of the rabbit, right when master was leaving for court. I don't believe it wasn't planned. I rolled my eyes. And then, Nanny Wu sighed again. "Ari, stop sighing. Spit it out." Nanny Wu wiped imaginary sweat from her forehead. "Eldest miss, did you not ask who the eldest young master of the Lin family is before you messed with him?" I did ask. I spent 100 taels asking. The Lin family is minor in the capital, but their 2 daughters married extremely well. One is the wife of the imperial uncle, the other is the 6th prince's consort. 2 dragons among men, both married into the Lin family. Eldest miss, you could have messed with anyone. Why the eldest son of the Lin family? I argued weakly. The servant said both young ladies married Taoist priests. I didn't think twice. Nanny Wu sighed again. The imperial uncle and the 6th prince are Taoist priests. They just left the mountain to marry. It's not your fault. You grew up at the border. You don't know the capital's tricks. If you'd asked anyone else, you would have known. The more she spoke, the smaller I felt. I buried my head. Forget the Lin family now. When I left, Master was so angry he went to the ancestral hall for a whip. So, why didn't you tell me earlier? I threw on a robe, jumped onto the beam, and prepared to run. Nanny Wu shouted toward the door. Someone. The eldest miss doesn't want to take responsibility. She's running away. The door crashed open. Father charged in, whip in hand. I was dead meat. I was whipped off the beam by my father, still in court robes. I fell flat on my face. Nanny Wu slipped away along the wall. Father lashed the whip next to me, sending dust flying. Cough, cough, talk properly. Father, what are you doing? Father didn't hold back. He lashed again. I told you to find someone to remarry, not to force an innocent man. Heaven and earth knew I hadn't forced anyone. I hadn't even used drugs. I didn't. Don't you dare, the imperial uncle's wife said. Young Master Lin. Father couldn't bring himself to say it, so he switched to scolding me. You wicked girl. I'll beat you to within an inch of my life today. Father's whip cracked loudly, but not one lash landed on me. Poor chairs in my room all were left broken and maimed by his whip. I was secretly pleased. Father was all bark, no bite. He couldn't bear to hurt me. Then one sentence from Father crushed my fantasy. Don't think I won't. If the imperial uncle's wife weren't waiting for your answer, I'd whip you to death right now. Get washed and dressed quickly. Go to the main hall to meet our guests. Wait obediently at home. When I return from court, I'll give you a good thrashing. I scrambled up and nodded like a obedient grandson. All right, off you go to court. I'll wait for you. Father huffed, sheathed his whip, and left. After he was gone, Mother sent someone to urge me more than 10 times. Half an hour later, Nanny Wu came to fetch me personally. I just remembered I haven't washed. Nanny Wu pulled out a handkerchief as if by magic. Damp, eldest miss, for you. I refused to give up. I haven't done my hair. Nanny Wu waved a hand. You never do your hair. This dress is ugly. Nanny Wu pouted. This is the only women's dress in your wardrobe. I had no more excuses. I had no choice but to follow Nanny Wu to the main hall. Unlike my quiet room, the main hall was bustling. The tall woman I'd met yesterday was chatting and laughing with Mother. She held a little girl in her arms, delicate and fair as jade. She looked just like the young lord I'd slept with 5 parts alike. At the thought, my legs went weak again. When she saw me, the tall woman set the girl down and stood up to greet me. Sister in, General. I nodded in return. Once I sat, she introduced herself with a smile. Things were rushed yesterday. I didn't properly introduce myself. My surname is Lin, given name Yang. I have an elder brother and a younger sister. My sister and I are both married. My brother loves reading. His heart is only for books. He's a bit of a bookworm. I hope the general won't mind him. I laughed inwardly. We'd been caught in bed together. Did I dare mind? My brother has been pure all these years. Yesterday, I sensed danger and cut her off at once. Speak plainly, madam. We military folk don't like beating around the bush. Lin Yang smiled sweetly. The elders should have come to propose, but Mother was too happy, too upset to sleep last night, so I came in her place. My brother is innocent. He's never even held a girl's hand. Stop. I agree. All right, please, just stop talking. Every word she spoke earned me another sharp glare from Mother. A quarter of an hour later, Lin Yang left with a bright smile, leaving behind piles of gifts. I spent the whole afternoon kneeling in the ancestral hall. Before Father returned from court, I snuck away. Please, Mother would only make me kneel. Father's whip would actually hit my legs. I climbed over the wall into the Lin residence, wanting to get a better look at my future husband and to beat up Mo Shu, the servant who'd taken my silver and lied to me. Mo Shu had said nothing true. He claimed his young master lived in the worst quarters, so I headed for the finest courtyard. Sure enough, as soon as I reached the roof, I heard voices inside. Young master, do you think this trick will work? It was Mo Shu, the liar who'd stolen my silver. The young lord who'd cried uncontrollably in my arms yesterday sounded utterly smug. Why wouldn't it? She ruined my purity. How could she not marry me? Mo Shu mumbled. Men don't have purity. Young Master Lin flicked him on the forehead. You know nothing. I say I do, so I do. So he'd been faking it all along, deliberately luring me into a trap. I was fuming and didn't notice someone approaching. "General, are you eavesdropping?" I nearly fell off the roof in panic. The man quickly pulled me back, looking thoroughly amused. One glance, and he seemed familiar, like I'd seen him somewhere. Before I could ask, he spoke up on his own. "You have great courage, General. This king admires it." This king? Who else in the Lin residence would call himself this king? Answer. The sixth prince. The sixth prince smiled like a fox. "Your future brother-in-law is pure as a white lotus. You've tainted him. You can't abandon him now." I laughed in anger. "Your Highness, surely you heard their conversation. Does young Master Lin even need me to taint him?" The sixth prince played dumb. Bad luck for him. Talking where they shouldn't, right in my princess's courtyard. What? This wasn't even young Master Lin's courtyard. Seeing my confusion, the sixth prince pointed to the shabbiest corner of the residence. "That's your brother-in-law's real yard. So, why are you on the roof eavesdropping, Your Highness? Did he really need to climb roofs in his own wife's home?" The sixth prince's expression turned gloomy. "I talked too much. My princess kicked me out." Sure enough, moments later, a woman's voice came from inside, the same Lin Yang who'd proposed to my family. "Brother, can you stop being so pathetic? Be a little reserved." "Women like reserved men," the sixth prince's consort echoed. "Exactly, brother. Be more reserved." The sixth prince on the roof fell into thought. Is my princess saying I'm not reserved enough? I suppose I must be more reserved from now on. I rolled my eyes, climbing a roof to eavesdrop, and still getting shown affection. "Elder sister, second sister, thank you for planning this for me. I have a few rare books here, if you don't mind." Lin Yang quickly cut him off. "No, don't. We don't want your stuff." The sixth prince's consort agreed. Yes, we don't want them." They chatted on about trivial family matters, nothing to do with me. The sixth prince and I made a gentleman's agreement not to expose each other. Then I spent the night at an inn. I didn't dare go home while father was still angry. After Chen Shijie was beaten with a sack over his head again, I went home feeling relieved. Sure enough, father's anger had faded. He'd found a punching bag, just like me. With father calm again, I lazed around at home, waiting for the Lin family to visit a second time. I'd made up my mind, I would reject them firmly this time. But the Lin family didn't give me the chance. 10 days later, an imperial decree of marriage arrived at our residence. I, Wu Suowei, was to marry young Master Lin Xiu of the Lin family. The wedding was set for 1 month later. Honestly, if it hadn't been an imperial edict, I would have torn it to shreds. Damn them all. I begged my parents for help. They only sighed. "Who told you to be so bold as to sleep with their son?" I pleaded with my brothers and sisters-in-law. They avoided me. My oldest brother patted my shoulder. "The Wu family does not abandon those we've compromised." My second brother clapped my back. "Little sister, prepare for your wedding." I was speechless. This marriage was inescapable. The day after we accepted the edict, the Lin family sent betrothal gifts, cart after cart after cart. My sisters-in-law stared in envy. My oldest sister-in-law sighed. "When your brother proposed to me, his gifts weren't even half this much." My second sister-in-law whined. "Aya, elder sister, you had more than me." My brothers rubbed their noses. The family was short on money. You know that. Father's eyes lit up at the crates. "If I don't include these in your dowry, how many of our brothers on the battlefield could eat well?" I was done. Mother shot father a glare. "How dare you covet the Lin family's betrothal gifts?" Father fell silent at once. A Lin household matriarch read the gift list before everyone. A third of the items were imperial gifts. No need to guess, they'd been given by the 2 Lin ladies. Damned Mo Shu. Was this what he called unloved and neglected? This is being neglected. They were playing me for a fool. After the list was read, the matriarch handed it to me with both hands. "Madam says these are for the young mistress. Please keep them well." I took the list like it was a hot coal. Mother smiled warmly and had Nanny Wu serve tea to all the Lin servants. The head matriarch received a bulging money pouch. She accepted it with a smile, said many kind words, then left with her people. My marriage to young Master Lin was the talk of the capital. At this time, the Chen family loudly announced that Chen Shijie's new wife was pregnant. They even twisted the truth of my divorce from Chen Shijie, claiming I'd been divorced because I couldn't bear children. The nerve of them. The people preferred lies over truth. The rumor spread. The delicate young master of the Lin family was marrying a divorced woman cast aside by the Chen family, a woman who couldn't have children. Malicious gossip cut deep. I was furious, scrambling for a way to fight back. Then the rumor changed. The latest story. The infertile me had returned to the capital and beaten Chen Shijie within an inch of his life, overnight. How Chen Shijie's new wife had conceived became one of the capital's 8 great mysteries. A few days later, Chen Shijie's new wife was sent back to her maiden family. Without even her dowry, I, who'd planned to watch the fun, ended up saving Wei Yizhu, Chen Shijie's wife, from being drowned in a pig cage. From Wei Yizhu, I learned the rumors had been spread by Chen Shijie himself. After being forced to marry him, she'd found him disgusting and had avoided sleeping with him by any means possible. But the Chen family, to save face, claimed she was pregnant. Chen Shijie had snuck into her room that night, only to be kicked to the floor. A brave girl, my kind of woman. Furious, Chen Shijie had plotted a dirty scheme, ruin both my and Wei Yizhu's reputations, and steal her rich dowry. What a greedy, shameless family. I began causing trouble for the Chen family whenever I could. After Wei Yizhu recovered, she joined me. We ruined the Chen family's reputation almost completely until the Wei family head stepped forward to support the Chens. Wei Yizhu was disowned. The Chen family sent her a divorce paper. She had nowhere to go. I settled her in a villa outside the capital and had her taught martial arts. Wei Yizhu was a natural talent. It would be a waste not to train her. Finally, the wedding day arrived. Lin Xiu rode shakily to fetch me, accompanied by the imperial uncle and the 6th prince. The procession was grand. No one at our gate dared to cause trouble. Soon, Lin Xiu was escorted to my courtyard by the prince and the uncle. After bidding farewell to my parents, my eldest brother carried me to the bridal sedan. He whispered in my ear, "Your husband is delicate. He can't take a beating. If you're angry, hold it in. Hold it in." My ass, seeing I didn't answer, he persuaded, "The Wu family can't afford to offend the Lins. Offend them. From today on, I'm half Lin. Family hitting family, what's there to fear? If you really must hit him, don't leave marks. Brother, you're the real master here." After stepping out of the sedan, Lin Xiu held my hand and led me back to his residence. His palm was dry and warm. If the occasion weren't so formal, I'd have thrown him over my shoulder in a heartbeat. Dare to trap me. I'll make sure he can't even enter the bridal chamber. With that plan in mind, I obediently went through the wedding ceremony and entered the chamber. Lin Yang and the others were already waiting inside, chattering noisily. They finally left around midday. As soon as they were gone, I lifted my veil, strode over to a chair, and started eating the pastries on the table. I was starving, full and drowsy. I fixed my veil again and fell straight asleep. I had a long, strange dream. In it, a big dog fed me wine mouth to mouth, then tore off my clothes. The stinky dog licked and nibbled all over me. It kissed from top to bottom, and pawed at me roughly. I tried to hit it, but it licked my fingers. Disgusting. When I fully woke up, the sky was bright. I turned my head. Lin Xiu was sleeping soundly beside me. I looked down and lifted the quilt. It was cold and bare. I looked up. Son of a bitch, I'd been tricked again. The pastries and tea on the table had been drugged. That was Lin Xiu's second lesson for me. Furious, I slapped him across the face. His fair skin turned red instantly. He hummed and kept sleeping. I shook him awake roughly. Lin Xiu rubbed his eyes sleepily and smiled shyly at me. "Wife, you're awake." I pointed at him, then at myself. "Explain. How did we end up like this?" Lin Xiu put on a wronged little wife act. "I was drunk yesterday. You threw yourself on top of me. Me, asleep, pouncing on a drunk man. Does that even sound human?" Seeing I didn't believe him, Lin Xiu touched his red cheek. "My face hurts." I looked away guiltily. Forget it. It was my own fault for being greedy and walking straight into his trap. After getting dressed, I helped Lin Xiu to greet the elders. He leaned on me, limping and whimpering the whole way. His lame leg was entirely his own fault. When I was changing earlier, Lin Xiu suddenly hugged my waist. My guard was too high. I flipped him over my shoulder, lamed him instantly. Truly, scholars are useless. We hadn't even reached the main courtyard when we heard laughter inside. When we entered, everyone fell silent at the sight of us. Lin Yang smiled ambiguously. "Brother, you're really something, huh?" Lin Xiu let out a pained ayo. "Don't talk nonsense." The whole room burst out laughing. I looked at the people seated there. Besides my parents-in-law, only my 2 sisters-in-law were present, with their children. After serving tea, I received a pile of gifts. A family heirloom jade bracelet, a jeweled dagger, a chest of imperial golden healing ointment, and a golden thread soft armor. My return gifts were just small purses given to me by common people at the border before I returned to the capital. I thought the Lin family would find them shabby. But as soon as I explained where they came from, Lin Yang and my mother-in-law hugged each other and cried, "May there be no more war under heaven." Woo, exactly. I was utterly confused by their reaction. Lin Xiu, meanwhile, looked completely used to it, still whimpering and ayoing. I helped him there, and I helped him back. That night, he used his sore leg as an excuse to cling to the bridal chamber and refused to leave. I suggested I sleep in the study. He just kept moaning, "Wife, you dislike me already." Just after we married, I said no. He started shedding golden tears. I nodded. He cried even harder. "I'm useless. Disliked by my wife on our wedding night." He moped and wallowed in self-pity. I was helpless against a man who cried golden tears. I had no choice but to share the bed with him. On the day we returned to my maiden home, Lin Xiu's leg still hadn't healed. Afraid my parents would beat me if they found out why he was lame, I tried to go alone, but before I could even get on the carriage, Mo Shu, whom I hadn't seen in days, helped Lin Xiu aboard. That sly boy didn't even dare meet my eyes. Once I got in, Lin Xiu started crying again. "Wife, you won't even let me go back with you. Did I do something wrong, or do your parents just dislike me? If I'm not good enough, tell me, I'll change. It's just, this is my first time, not very presentable." I covered his mouth. "Be good, you're perfect, more than perfect. Just stop crying every 2 seconds." The 2 mansions weren't far. The carriage arrived quickly. My parents, brothers, and sisters-in-law were waiting outside. Lin Xiu limped toward them, supported by Mo Shu, on the way to the main hall. Father's cold eyes kept flicking to me. I looked around guiltily, avoiding his gaze. Mother fussed over her new son-in-law endlessly. My eldest brother glanced at me, then suddenly clapped Lin Xiu on the back. Lin Xiu stumbled and fell. Father kicked my eldest brother down. Unfortunately, my brother landed right on Lin Xiu's sore foot. Lin Xiu's face turned red with pain, his eyes watering. Mother was so distressed she scolded my brother non-stop. After being helped up, Lin Xiu gently persuaded Mother not to be angry, saying his brother-in-law hadn't done it on purpose. My eldest brother huffed angrily. Mother lectured him again. I pinched my thigh hard to hold back my laughter. Looks like I wasn't the only one who couldn't stand Lin Xiu's crying act. My parents couldn't either. Eldest brother really drew the short straw. In the main hall, Father invited Lin Xiu to play chess. I was dragged to the backyard by Mother and my sisters-in-law. Mother asked mysteriously, "How is the Lin family, especially your 2 sisters-in-law?" I heard they're hard to get along with. I rolled my eyes. "Mother, who told you that? My sisters-in-law were amazing." "Never mind. Did they give you trouble?" Mother glared at me and lowered her voice. "No, on my first day paying respects. Elder sister gave me golden thread armor. Younger sister gave me a whole chest of imperial healing ointment. What sisters-in-law give gifts this thoughtful?" Mother eyed me suspiciously. "You're telling the truth. Truer than gold," Mother exclaimed. "Not bad. Your father said there's unrest in Lingnan. His Majesty will send troops soon." I grew excited. "Will they send me?" Mother shook her head. "I don't know. It's just unrest. They probably won't send you." I rubbed my hands, itching for a fight. I hadn't killed anyone in so long. Mother slapped my restless hands. "You just married. If you go to Lingnan, you'll be separated again. Not good. 3 years ago. You insisted on going. Men, if you leave them too long, they stray," I retorted. "So what, if he strays? I'll divorce him again. Men can't compare to my career." Mother couldn't persuade me and gave up. Lin Xiu and I returned to the Lin residence at dusk. Before we left, Father gave Lin Xiu his prized dagger. Jealousy made me ugly. I'd begged father for that dagger so many times, and he'd never given it to me. My second brother looked at Lin Xiu, brother-in-law. Good luck. Lin Xiu understood instantly. On the carriage, he held out the dagger with both hands. Wife, what's mine is yours. I tempted and took it. Good boy, I thought. When news reached the Lin residence that His Majesty was sending me to suppress the Lingnan rebellion, Lin Xiu flew into a rage and threw his books. He pointed at me, stammering, then ran out of the mansion with Mo Shu. I felt guilty. I'd volunteered for the mission. It wasn't even supposed to be my job. It was normal for him to be angry, but I hadn't expected him to be this upset. That evening, he was carried back drunk by Mo Shu. For the first time, he voluntarily slept in the study. I tossed and turned alone, barely falling asleep before midnight. The next morning, I left for the military camp at dawn. We departed in 5 days. I needed to loosen up. I was out early and back late, and didn't pay much attention to Lin Xiu. The night before I left, mother-in-law came to see me personally. Behind her were several maids carrying things. She pointed to one holding a box. These are medicinal pills from Yang, all kinds. The recipes are underneath. She pointed to another holding cloth pads. Lingnan has much miasma. These cover your mouth and nose. Be careful. I was 7 parts moved, 3 parts ashamed. Moved that my husband's family supported me without question. Ashamed that I'd hidden my mission from them. Xiaowei, you're a hero, our hero. I'm proud of you. I hugged her tightly and swore, Mother, I promise, when I come back, I'll give you a fat grandson. Mother-in-law smiled. All right, I'll wait for you. After she left, I walked softly to the study and knocked. A muffled voice came from inside. Asleep? Come back tomorrow. I'd meant to say goodbye, but I turned and left. Parting is sad. If it's sad, better not to do it face to face. Grieve alone. I blew out the lamp and lay down. Then the door creaked open quietly. I opened my eyes. Lin Xiu was sneaking onto the bed. He hugged me and burst into tears. Couldn't you have coaxed me a little more? Coaxed me, and I would have woken up. I hugged him back and patted his back gently. I could have coaxed him. I just didn't dare. I was afraid I wouldn't want to leave. The Lin family and him were too good, stay too long, and I'd grow attached to this gentle home. That's the last thing a soldier can afford. Lin Xiu gave me the biggest scare of my life. After a month apart, we met again in Lingnan. Who would have thought the great 6th prince would sneak his brother-in-law in as a palace servant? I dragged Lin Xiu, dressed in servant robes, back to my quarters. Speak. What are you doing here? Lin Xiu stuck to me like a plaster. I dodged fast. After failing to cling to me many times, he panicked and used his ultimate move. 1 tear, 1 rare book burned. The world went silent. Lin Xiu switched tactics. Not seeing you for a day. I can neither eat nor sleep. Suowei, I can't bear to leave you, elder sister said. One must be brave and chase love. As soon as he finished, the door opened. Lin Yang and Lin Ji stood outside, speaking in unison. Sister-in-law, elder brother is right. I sighed. Great. The whole Lin family was here. The rebellion was not as simple as we thought. It was not war against foreign enemies invading our land. This was our own people fighting each other, killing citizens, wounding the nation's roots. The rebel leader claimed to be a descendant of the former dynasty. Ridiculous. They really knew how to lie. The former dynasty fell because it was corrupt and overthrown by the people. Whether the leader was a former loyalist or not, he was good at drawing empty promises. Exactly empty promises. As my elder sister-in-law said, he fed those people dreams of becoming founding heroes, making them follow him. For a while after we arrived, they quieted down. Half a month later, they still wouldn't come out of the mountains. Lingnan was full of mountains, steep and dangerous. One man at the pass could hold off 10,000. Going in was disadvantageous to us. We had to settle at the foot of the mountains and wait. The 6th prince had no battle experience. But he listened to advice and acted earnestly as a mascot. A month later, the rebels came out determined to fight to the death. They put the old, weak, women, and disabled in front, leading the vanguard. My heart softened, my hand hesitated. I fell into their trap, breathed in poisonous powder, and fainted on the spot. Actually, I woke up not long after, but I couldn't move at all. Lin Xiu kept chattering in my ear. I was annoyed, but couldn't open my eyes, speak, or move my limbs to stop him. His tearful words were carved into my mind. Father-in-law is amazing. He put down the rebellion. Wife, when will you wake up? At first, he still imagined the future after I woke up. When I didn't wake up for a long time, Lin Xiu even thought about what poison to drink to die with me. Such a fool. Lin Yang scolded him to snap out of it, saying they would cure me. Lin Xiu didn't believe her, wanting to die with me. In the end, Lin Yang knocked him out, laid him on my bed, and left. When Lin Xiu woke up, he fed me medicine mouth to mouth. Bitter, so bitter. After a month of this, I finally opened my eyes. The first thing I saw was Lin Xiu, unshaven, haggard, worn out, so ugly I could barely look. The second Lin Xiu saw my eyes open, he jumped 3 feet high, all his past delicacy, all his weakness gone. At that moment, he was as lively as a monkey. 3 months later, I fully recovered. After recovering, we returned to the capital. Lin Xiu went back to the bookish look I loved. He teased me at every turn. Honestly, if Lin Yang and Lin Ji hadn't been around, I would have had my way with him already. Holding back was hard work. We rushed here like the wind. We returned slowly and leisurely, seduced by all kinds of delicious food. I gained 5 jin. After returning to the capital, we first attended the emperor, then went back to the Lin residence. Before I could even greet my parents-in-law, Lin Xiu pulled me into the main room. He was unusually proactive, murmuring, "Wife, you smell so good, Master Lin. Do you intend to indulge in the daytime?" Lin Xiu's hands paused, then he stripped himself naked and touched me all over. A husband and wife being loving, you can't use such filthy words. The waiting maids outside quietly walked away. I closed my eyes and let him do as he pleased. 3 years later, I gave birth to a daughter after a full day of labor. Lin Xiu, who hadn't cried golden tears in ages, cried until his eyes were swollen that day. After I finished my confinement month, he drank a sterilization medicine in front of the whole family. After drinking, Lin Xiu wiped his mouth and said, "Wife, the pain of childbirth, I will not let you suffer it again." I felt guilty, not daring to look at my parents-in-law. Mother-in-law smiled and comforted me. "Suowei, if it weren't for you, Lin Xiu might never have married." Father-in-law echoed with a smile. "Exactly." I was moved to tears. The Lin family was truly a good family. These 2 years, I'd been anxious for not conceiving. Mother-in-law never sent concubines to our rooms. She even kept telling Lin Xiu not to be disloyal, not to be stubborn. Lin Xiu always said he had no thoughts but his wife and books. As for children, fine if we had them, fine if not. If none, we could adopt from the hometown. Thankfully, after my persistent efforts, I finally conceived and gave birth to a daughter. I planned to have a daughter first, then a son, but Lin Xiu had cut off his own heirs. Lin Xiu showered me with praise. "Wife, you were born an eagle. You should not be confined to the back house for me. If you want to go to the battlefield, your husband will accompany you." A wife leads, husband follows, a beautiful story. I laughed through my tears. When Lianga was 5, the emperor passed away, the crown prince ascended, the border began to stir. I went north with my 2 elder brothers. When Lin Xiu found out, he volunteered to follow. The new emperor approved. Wei Yizhu also came, as my lieutenant. Lin Xiu was furious that Wei Yizhu stayed by my side all the time. He couldn't win against her in arguing, competing, or fighting. He drew little cursing dolls of her behind her back all day. One day, Lin Xiu brought back an old acquaintance. The second Chen Shijie saw Wei Yizhu. He knelt down and begged for mercy. Wei Yizhu ignored him. I pinched Lin Xiu and made him confess. Lin Xiu looked triumphantly pleased. The Chen family is declining more and more. They need a way out. Chen Shijie heard Wei Yizhu became a lieutenant. He's begging to reconcile, wanting to marry her. I poured cold water on him. "Did you forget I was once Chen Shijie's wife?" Lin Xiu froze, filled with regret. I chuckled. He could keep pretending. Chen Shijie dared kneel to Wei Yizhu, but not to me. Wei Yizhu might not argue with him for the sake of relatives. Not me. If he dared upset me, I'd beat him until he cried. Perhaps Chen Shijie truly wanted to change this time. On the battlefield, blades had no eyes. He took an arrow for Wei Yizhu. Tough luck for him. Wei Yizhu was crouching. The archer aimed for her head. The arrow shot down and hit Chen Shijie right in the lower half. The scene was miserable, blood flowed non-stop from his lower body. He was completely crippled, fulfilling the rumor he once spread about being a useless man. He was something, all right, using the life-saving favor and shamelessness. He moved into Wei Zhu's quarters. Lin Xiu, who was forced to sleep separately from me due to rank differences, was green with envy. I patted his head. I didn't tell him the truth. Wei Zhu was a talent I'd taken a fancy to. How could she forgive Chen Shijie so easily? Wei Zhu was a small leader, to give benefits to her soldiers. She repeatedly made Chen Shijie comfort them. Perfect.